Bitcoin continues to be kind of in this just, weakish state, but that's, again, kind of what we expect, right? We did know that it's below the pivot line. So as long as it remains below the pivot line here, there's your pivot line, you favor that downside move. I cover this every day, and there's not much change here, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it and waste your time. All right, next up, gold. Let's see what gold did. Gold had a nice little update today, but is still stalled out right underneath this short-term high of 25.20. Tomorrow's jobs number will have a big impact on gold. I either think you're going to get a big breakout or you're going to get a bigger breakdown. Now, bigger breakdown, it would probably retrace back to like 2,400 as a max downside. It's not that big of a move, but just be aware, net long positions with institutions are very high right now. That always makes me nervous. It means that, again, the rug may need to be flushed out so some of these institutions get washed out. I know people think, wow, the institutions actually get washed out, but in reality, of all hedge funds, there's about 3% that are really good, and all the other hedge funds, honestly, mostly are not that good. So just keep that in mind, is that that's the nature of the beast.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's talk about Bitcoin and more.
We have the Dow Jones Industrial Average taking another hit today, down 222 points. The Nasdaq's eking out a very, very small gain today. Some of the mega caps are just inching up just a tiny bit. Over here on the heat map, you can see again, Apple up just under 1%, NVIDIA up just under 1%. So that's helping keep the Nasdaq afloat. But, and there's always a but, right? Broadcom, one of the biggest semiconductor stocks, reports after the bell at 4:15 today. So we could see semiconductors down sharply after hours, or they could be up sharply based on that report. You might want to check that out. I won't be still on, but I'll be trading it with the Earning Trader guys live with members of the Earnings Trader. All right, S&P 500 down on the day, down about 20 points. Oil is flat on the day. Gold is trading up $18, and Bitcoin down a couple thousand to just below 60,000. Bitcoin, again, guys, we know that as long as it's below that pivot line, it's potentially vulnerable for a move to about 53,000. If it breaks 53, 49 would be your next pivot point. All right, couple charts that I just wanted to go over with you guys. We have to go over these. So first one's this one, right? This is, again, the yield curve. And the reason why I'm harping on the yield curve so much in the last day or so is because it has finally uninverted. And when it uninverts, what does that mean? Well, historically, and we can only go by history and the data, but historically, when it uninverts, here's your inversion, here's uninversion, right here is your recession, right? Here's the inversion in 06, 07, going into 08. Here's your uninversion, here's your recession, right? Even during COVID, you briefly, or just before COVID, you had an inverted yield curve, and then it uninverted, and you had that really short recession during COVID. So the idea is here, now we are now just uninverting. It doesn't mean today, now a recession starts. Usually it's about a 3-month lag, but just be aware, this is something that historically we do want to follow. And again, listen, is it a guarantee that we're going to have a recession? No, there's no guarantees in trading or investing. But what it does do is when you follow the breadcrumbs, you can start to make educated assumptions, high probability trading setups, and that's what we're doing with this data. All right, last chart I want to show you before we get into stock charts is this one right here. This is, again, our total job openings JOLT data. And you can see, again, how if we flip over to that JOLTS data, we had so many job openings up here. It has now come down so sharply. We're now historically we're still elevated, right? Basically back to where we were prior to COVID. But it's the velocity of the drop that's concerning. This is why the Federal Reserve is talking possibly a 50 basis point rate cut in September. Now, most of us would say, yay, a 50 basis point rate cut, back to free money. Problem is, historically, again, if you look back at past recessions, past declines in the stock market, it's usually when the Fed starts cutting rates that the stock market begins to fall and fall sharply. So we just want to be aware. I mean, there's lots of narratives being spun out there for you guys on social media, the mainstream media, but it's all about the data. If you follow the data, It's not always going to be right, but at least you have a higher chance or higher probability of being on the right side of the trade, which is what I've firmly dedicated myself to, is ignore emotion, ignore hype, go with the data, because that's my best shot of making money trading stocks.
A new version of the infamous crypto drainer, Angelix, is wreaking havoc by deploying over 300 malicious decentralized apps, dApps, in just 4 days. Meanwhile, the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, charged Uniswap with illegal derivatives trading. Bitcoin's price dipped below $60,000, pulling the global crypto market cap under $2 trillion. Angelix, an upgraded version of the infamous crypto phishing tool Angel Drainer, has deployed over 300 malicious dApps in just 4 days, according to blockchain security firm Blockade. These apps are designed to steal digital assets from unsuspecting users, particularly on newer blockchains like the open network TON and Tron, which have fewer security tools. Blockade detected 150 new scams since the system launched on August 31, raising concerns about the increasing sophistication of crypto-related phishing attacks. The U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, charged Uniswap Labs with illegally offering leveraged crypto trading to U.S. retail investors. Uniswap agreed to pay a $175,000 fine as part of a settlement. Despite the fine, there was division within the CFTC, with Commissioner Summer Mercier opposing the action, citing a lack of clear guidance for DeFi protocols. Uniswap currently holds over $4 billion in assets, according to DeFilama. The global crypto market cap sank below $2 trillion after a 3.46% drop, with Bitcoin slipping below the psychological $60,000 level. Analysts are eyeing a potential BTC price reversal at $54,000, as September has historically been a bearish month for Bitcoin. According to CoinGlass data, the average return for Bitcoin in September is 4.69%, making it the most volatile and bearish month on record.
Tesla had another monstrous day, beautiful update, trading up 5% on the day. This was after word was revealed that they will be debuting their robo-taxi in October. So all of a sudden, you're seeing buyers come in because they're excited about that robo-taxi. There's 2 levels to watch of resistance. One is this gap fill right here. So that's coming up right here, basically 240-ish, give or take. And then there's a downsloping multiple zone right up here. I don't think I would short this one as a swing trade. I would consider this one. If we rally all the way up into that, I would consider a swing trade short on it. Doesn't have anything to do with whether I like the company, don't like the company. Shut off those damn emotions, guys. Get rid of them. It does you no good. A swing trade, you just look for that little pullback, bank that money, you're done with it, then you don't care if it goes up or it goes down after. And again, that's the beauty of swing trading, which is what we specialize in here, plus day trading at verifiedinvesting.com. NVIDIA closing just slightly positive on the day. Look at how quiet NVIDIA was in the afternoon. You had the initial gap down right here, the big surge up, and then really, look at this. Look at how tight that channel is into the end of the day. That was essentially, this was the first hour to 2 hours of the day, and then boom, right into the end of the day, the rest of the day. Now, again, I still think this is probably because investors are still just kind of waiting on the sidelines to see what AVGO, Broadcom, reports in terms of earnings. All right, do I think eventually NVIDIA is going lower? Yes, but doesn't mean it can't bounce $5 after being down $30 or $20 in recent days and weeks off of these latest earnings that they had and the Broadcom earnings that are coming after the bell.
BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes warns that despite the Federal Reserve's rate cut plans, liquidity constraints could lead Bitcoin to slowly leak lower over the next 2 weeks. As funds shift from Treasury bills to the Federal Reserve's reverse repo program, RRP, Bitcoin's price could trend toward $50,000. Crypto analyst Nick, also known as Crypto Crusader, has issued a stark warning about the state of the cryptocurrency market, declaring that the Bitcoin bull run has been canceled and that alt season will never happen. This sentiment reflects the growing skepticism among investors as the market faces prolonged downturns and volatility. The crypto market mirrored the stock market's downturn ahead of Friday's anticipated U.S. jobs report. All major U.S. stock indices slipped into the red, with Bitcoin, BTC, tumbling 3.6% in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, gold enjoyed a nearly 1% gain, climbing back above the $2,500 per ounce mark. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.